For any algebraic limit problem, and when I say algebraic, I mean there's no graph, I always start by plugging in the number. Because that's just going to tell you what the y value is right there at -7. So we'll have -7, square that whole thing, -8 times a -7 plus 7 over -7, square that whole thing, plus 7 times -7. Well, I went ahead and used my calculator because there's no reason not to. And I got 49 plus 8 times 7, because both those negatives plus 7 more, 112 in the numerator over 0 in the denominator. Well, that value is undefined because we can't divide by 0. Graphically, I have a vertical asymptote at -7. My graph looks like something like this. Vertical asymptote. And so that means my limit does not exist. That's the answer I would choose. Now let's look at another one that looks similar. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to plug in -3 for every x. Well, in the numerator I have 9, because -3 times itself is a positive 9, -3, -6 more, well, that's 0. And in the numerator I have 9 minus 9, that's also 0. And whenever you get this funky result that is 0 over 0, that does not exist. That means we can't tell yet. On a graph, it ends up looking like a hole, but since we're coming in from both sides the same, the limit is going to exist. I just have to figure out what that limit is. And so the next step, so that I can figure out what that limit is I'm going to try to factor the numerator and the denominator. So when I factor the numerator, I'm looking for something that multiplies to -6 and adds to +1. Well, that would be like a -3 and a +2, but that would make a -1, so I'll switch these, a +3 and a -2, making my factors x plus 3 and x minus 2. And in the denominator, we're looking for numbers to multiply to -9 and add to 0 because there's no middle term. Well, those are going to be negative and +3, and our factors will be x plus 3, x minus 3. Since the x plus 3 factor are the exact same in the numerator and the denominator, those divide out because anything divided by itself is 1. And so now I can plug that -3 back in, and I will get -3 minus 2 over -3 minus 3, or -5 over -6, or 5/6. That would be the second answer. If I was doing the answer for the second one, it would be 5/6.